It is now on.
Oh, wow. What happened to the water swing? I just had the dream about a scary watery egg. You guys.
Yeah?
It was not funny.
Alright, y'all ready to read?
Look at Luna's new shoes.
Whose shoes are those?
Luna.
Luna's shoes?
Yeah, they're sparkly.
Yep, y'all ready to read?
Yeah. First, we got two books I never wrote it. This one and this one.
So this one is called 5-Minute Star Wars Stories.
I don't see a 5 on it.
You don't see that 5 right there?
Oh.
And this one is called Brown Bear, What Do You See?
Brown bear, what do we see first?
So we're going to read that first. Luigi, let's get it.
I have that book at school.
Come sit on this side, Luigi. Sit over here.
Wait, can we sit on the floor?
Oh, you sit over here. Oh, you want to sit right there and look at me?
Right. And I have that at my school.
Yep.
The book.
So Brown Bear, what do you see?
What do we do? Bear, what do you do?
Brown Bear, what do you see? I see a red bird looking at me.
What's the red bear? Oh, yeah.
Red bird, what do you see? I see a yellow duck looking at me. Yellow duck, what do you see? I see a blue horse looking at me.
They're looking at the same
Leave your feet alone and pay attention to the book.
That's not the page. Oh, it's on the page.
Hey, stop. I'm turning the page for this book. Y'all just listen. Blue horse, what do you see?
I look at the bear.
Okay, I see a green frog looking at me. Legit. Green frog, what do you see? I see a purple cat looking at me.
Meow, meow.
Purple cat, what do you see?
I see a dog.
I see a white dog looking at me.
It's like the pages.
Huh?
It's like the pages, see? They're like pages, see?
Yeah, just like the pages, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey.
It had to be a black page because it's white.
Yep. White dog, what do you see? I see a black sheep looking at me. They got a Black sheep, what do you see? I see a goat. Luigi, sit down and listen.
I see a goldfish
looking at me. Goldfish, what do you see? I see a teacher looking at me.
Wait, can I do it? The sound?
Teacher, what do you see? I see children looking at me. Children, what do you see? We see a brown bear, a red bird, a green frog, a black sheep, a goldfish, a yellow duck, a blue horse. Sit down and listen to the book. A purple cat, a white dog, and a teacher looking at us. That's what we see.
Okay, now shut the door.
The end. Book drop. All right, y'all ready for the Star Wars?
Yeah. Star Wars.
All right. So I never really seen Star Wars. So all my Star Wars fans watching, don't be mad at me messing my name.
This is the. I don't know who's this, right?
Yep.
Like the black guy.
Gotta read and find out. I don't know none of these people.
Me either.
So it's called Race to the Finish Line.
Wait, what? Finish line?
We gotta read to find out. I need you to come over here and leave them books alone.
I have. That's
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
It's a drawing book that I was drawing.
So it's called Race to the Finish Line.
Race to the finish line. Wait, I can race you to the finish line over there. See? Look. Watch. And I can come back, race.
Yep. Now make that the last time you sit ups till we done reading. All right.
Okay.
So let's do it. So a long time ago, on a small planet called Tatooine, a young boy named Anakin Skywalker looked up at the planet moons. Although he had never left his home, Anakin had always dreamed of going on a great adventure and racing across the stars.
I was on the page.
Now I need you to sit still and pay attention. Then you can turn the page. Until y'all can pay attention and nobody turn the page with me. One day, it looked like Anakin's dreams were coming true. He had met a Jedi Knight named Qui-Gon, who needed supplies to repair his ship. Anakin didn't have money to help the Jedi, so he had entered a pod race, hoping to win the supplies. Although Anakin had never won a race before, he knew that he could do it. As the timer counted down to the beginning of the race, Anakin looked at all the other racers. He wasn't worried about any of them except
the car.
Sebulba. Anakin knew that Sebulba cheated to win, but he wouldn't get away with it this time. Y'all going right to sleep when we done.
No.
I promise you.
Sing.
Y'all not paying attention.
Okay.
I'm telling y'all. You're not turning the page, but you don't know how to pay attention. Sit still and listen. Suddenly, the starting gong rang. They were off, but something was wrong. Anakin pod racer wouldn't move. Anakin began to panic. Sebulba must have done something to this pod racer. But Anakin thought of what Qui-Gon told him right before the race began. Concentrate on the moment, feel, don't think, use your instincts. Sit down. Anakin took a deep breath, flipped a few switches, and restarted his engine. They roared to life, and Anakin quickly flew away. But he was long away behind Sebulba. Meanwhile, Sebulba knocked his ship against another racers. The pod racer crashed off the course and burst into flames. Sebulba laughed. One fewer racer to worry about.
I was on the page.
Once you can sit still for 10 seconds, you can turn the page. So sit there and don't move. Okay? All right. So behind the crash, Anakin flew through a cavern and into a deep cave. One of the other racers wasn't paying attention and ran right into some rocks. The ship exploded. Anakin quickly flew around the fire. That was close, Anakin thought. Anakin raced through the stadium. He had 2 more laps to finish, but he smiled. He was catching up to Sebulba. The racer thundered across the planet. Sebulba was still ahead of everyone else, but he wanted to make sure it stayed that way. Sebulba threw a piece of metal behind him, and it went right into another racer's engine. The engine exploded, and pieces of the podcast flew everywhere. Luigi, come turn the page. You're not turning the page until you sit still. Now get on the floor and stop moving, and listen, and then you can turn the page. A piece cut through the cable connecting Anakin's cockpit of one of his engines. Anakin began to spin out of control, but he remembered Qui-Gon's words. Anakin couldn't just worry about his problem if he wanted to win a race. He needed to fix it. Anakin quickly brought his cockpit under control and grabbed the loose cable. Soon he had reattached the engine and was back in the race. Sebulba and Anakin zoomed through the stadium one last time before the final lap. It's cool. With all the other racers far behind, Anakin realized that Sebulba was the only one between him and the finish line. Come turn the page. You ready to sit still? We're going to try this page now. Sebulba pod racer was much bigger than Anakin's. He forced Anakin off the course and high up into the cliff. Okay. But Anakin wasn't going to be beaten. He changed gears and crashed back into the course right in front of Sebulba for the first time. Anakin was in the lead. Lil G, come turn the page. Then sit down on the floor and stop moving. Sit next to your brother. Suddenly, Anakin saw smoke coming out of his engine. His pod racer was on fire. The hard landing must have damaged it. As Sebulba raced ahead of him, Anakin knew he didn't have a lot of time. He needed to fix his pod racer. Right away, Anakin closed the flap above the engine to put out the fire. Then he quickly pumped coolant into the overheated area. Soon the engine roared back to full power. Anakin grinned. It was time to win a race. Turn the page, Luigi. Anakin could see the stadium getting closer and closer as he pulled up right next to Sebulba. Sebulba tried to push Anakin's smallest ship off the course again. Luigi. But Anakin had a plan this time. As Sebulba rammed him, Anakin caught his podcasters on Sebulba was stuck. Then as Sebulba tried to pull his ship away, Anakin unhooked their crafts. Sebulba zoomed wildly off course and smashed part of his pod race into a rock. Anakin had used Sebulba's own attack against him. Luigi, come turn the page. Anakin raised his hands over his head as he crossed the finish line. The crowd cheered. Qui-Gon ran to Anakin pod racer and lifted him high up on his shoulders. Anakin had done what had seemed impossible. He had won a race. Anakin smiled. One of his dreams had come true. He couldn't help wondering what great adventure he would have next. And that's the end of that story.
No.
So now we're going to read one more, and it's called Yoda and the Count.
So this is really Nick Yoda.
No, Yoda is this guy.
Yeah.
Yep. So Jedi.
He's the little green one.
Yep. So that's.
I know Yoda.
Yeah, that's the one I know too. Jedi Master Yoda was one of the leaders of the Jedi Order. He was wise and knew many things. Above all, Yoda believed in the Force. But now Yoda sensed a great disturbance in the Force. Count Dooku, Yoda's old apprentice, was trying to raise an army against Yoda and the other Jedi Knights. Luigi, come turn the page.
Mama Mia.
The Jedi's search for Dooku led them to the planet Geonosis.
Oh, I know those people, those cards.
Yep. A great battle broke out and Dooku tried to escape, but Yoda's companions, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker, raced after him. Yoda sensed the presence of his powerful old apprentice and followed